Good morning, you beautiful people. Carla Marie has been dying to talk to you.
To what?
To talk to you.
You didn't say, you said talk to ya.
No, I didn't. Do you have anyone in your life that doesn't let you speak without trying to bully you?
I don't know why you say, you make fun of me when I say
English
words.
is my second language.
Okay, you're 97, get over it. Anyway, I saw people talking about the weather in New Jersey, which is basically a tropical island compared to here today.
Yeah.
Where it is raining, like I wore my raincoat.
Yeah, but do they have a rainforest in New Jersey? They don't.
No, they don't.
We have
and it's
one
42
here.
right now. Granted, it's the morning, but
yeah.
I've been checking our 10-day. I keep getting hopes, and then they get murdered.
Every time I see another place with better weather than Seattle, I just remind myself that once July hits, we have the best weather in America. And then it's gone within 3 months, but still nice.
I'm debating a 4th of July trip to New Jersey and debating just chilling here.
Nothing says America like New Jersey.
True. It was a state before this one. Where you going? Anthony left. Thank goodness. Finally. To do the show of my dreams. See, that's the thing, Jen. If I can get a prediction of the humidity, like an accurate prediction of the humidity that week of 4th of July, I will weigh out seeing my family versus the humidity. Because if I don't go back that week of July, I probably won't see my family till October. I'll see my parents, but cray. And flights 4th of July week are inexcusable. That's true. Sometimes in New Jersey, 4th of July week, it also just rains the whole time. Woohoo! Yes. I like Cosmic. Thanks. What a gentleman.
Chivalry ain't dead, folks. You just gotta...
It only took me bitching at you 50 times for not getting me a drink.
All you have to do is weather the storm of being constantly made fun of by your partner for months and months and months, and then, you know.
No, because you would always get yourself things and not ask.
It's because you are a strong, independent woman. Are you not?
But I always say, would you like a whatever when I'm doing it or making it? Always.
Yeah. I'm sure. Good morning, Martha. I see Miguel in Miami, Florida.
Martha.
Which is where we will be in less than a month.
Crazy.
We should do a meetup in Florida.
Really?
Oh, thank you for... I mean, we just got 1,000 bits from Miguel in Miami, Florida, so...
Yeah, but how am I supposed to meet up if there's drains hanging out of
Like the last day, like right before we leave.
Maybe.
We could do a
I
little
can't
meetup.
hug anybody.
No hugs.
I can fist bump.
I mean, listen, we did a whole tour around the country where we didn't hug or like get too close to people.
Very quickly.
I was gonna say hug or kiss anybody, but
Every
we won't
time
do that.
I see Martha post photos, I am reminded of that she's like my height.
Okay.
I always think that Martha's so tall, and then I see her with the whole family, and I'm like,
Level 5 complete, meaning
10,
we are gonna take a shot.
9,
no, we're not.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning and welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony Show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
Why do you look so stunned, Carla?
Because we didn't hit the level 5 on Thursday.
The hype train.
Yeah.
But we hit it today. So we hit it during the countdown for those of you
That's
who
crazy.
weren't here while we were doing the countdown of the show, or maybe you're watching this on demand and you skipped all the way through because that's what normal people do. What?
You don't normally see the roadcaster in the shot.
Yeah. Do you not like seeing it? Are you not going to be able to focus now? Because I can't really change the whole camera view.
It'll be fine. I'm going to be okay.
You're going to be fine. I'm telling you, you're going to be all right, Carla Marie. Did you have drugs this morning? Why are you like this?
Anyway, I am not drinking for like another 48 days at this point.
Yeah.
So I can't take a shot unless we get some non-alcoholic shooters up in this.
Which I feel like the non-alcoholic drink market, like for actual beverages,
It's booming.
is great. But non-alcoholic shots seem kind of lame.
Well, no, we take shooters. We don't normally take straight shots.
Shooters, yeah. But I'm saying I don't know why you would take a shot if there was no alcohol in it. I mean, obviously it's still celebratory.
Yeah.
Right? It's still like a group activity, so maybe I'm way off on that. But we did notice over the weekend, alcoholic drinks, it is not the alcohol that makes the drink expensive. Because we went out to dinner with some friends to a place that opened up. They just had their soft launch here in Ballard called
Strega.
Strega.
Like Strega Nona.
What is that?
Stop. The book with the
Oh, we talked about this, didn't we?
the grandma who Strega Nona who has the magic pot and it makes so much pasta it takes over the whole city.
Okay. So we went to a place this weekend on Friday it was, or Saturday. And Carla Marie had started her
No drinking.
journey of non-drinking before and after her explant. And I think your non-alcoholic drink may have been the most expensive one at the table.
I don't know why. It
was like
had
13 or 14 bucks.
it wasn't just like a bunch of juice. It did have a non-alcoholic spirit in it. So
Okay. Which was supposed to replicate what?
gin. And it tasted like I was having a gin drink.
So it had a non-alcoholic gin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had a ginger beer, which was not beer.
Yeah.
Just like ginger ale, basically. But I got to drink it out of a beer can, glass, bottle.
A can, a glass, or a bottle, which those are
Bottle.
very different. Okay. But yeah, I was actually kind of shocked. I'm not really someone
I
who
couldn't
orders non-alcoholic drinks very often. But I was kind of shocked to see how expensive it was.
It was more money than Megan's actual.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Let me get the chat up here because we do have a couple things on the list. We're not necessarily going to go in order today because the last thing on the list is new game today. So for those of you who are subscribers to our channel, when we go to our ad break around the halfway point during our show, so that'll be in about 20 minutes, we have been playing a word game.
Yeah. What are we doing today?
Today, it is a matching game. So I want to...
Matchmaker.
Yeah, basically. I guess you flip the tiles over by putting the number of the tile
Oh,
in the chat.
You gotta memorize.
And then when you see the two matching tiles, you put both of those numbers in there. I've never played before.
With a space?
With a space. And then it'll match them.
Okay, friends.
So we'll see that in a little bit. And let me get the chat up here very quickly.
I feel like I'm going to barf a little bit.
That's fun.
Maybe my body's going through non-alcohol withdrawals.
Possibly. But it's not like you drink that much.
No.
So
I was also wondering because, like, you come out of surgery, you're on anesthesia, the
Yeah.
next day you're still, like, a little loopy, and you're supposed to, like, rest and sleep as much as possible. But
Yes.
if I don't have caffeine, I'm going to have caffeine withdrawals, and I'm going to feel like shit.
I mean, you could probably have just like a little
A
bit of
gummy.
caffeine, like a half gummy. Give yourself 50 milligrams of caffeine.
Just microdose.
Yeah, basically. Or just chop it up into 4 and give yourself 20 or 25 milligrams every like couple hours. It's probably a good idea to detox off of caffeine a little bit.
Of course, always.
What do we have here? Oh, so you were talking, I believe it was in the chat, about thinking that Martha, who's in the chat here, was taller than she actually is because of social media, right?
Just like, yeah.
And I do think it is this weird phenomenon when you see people on your screen and they're taking up the whole screen because of social media posts.
You
They
have no-
often look
it's-
bigger.
It's
And
whatever
then-
was in your head.
But then there's also the fact that you probably see Martha posting with her children.
But then when I saw her with
Who's-
her husband, I was like, oh.
She's obviously taller than her children still.
Do you remember before I met John Camucci, our friend John,
Yes.
who works with the Val Show now? He's a co-host there. Was the co-host of Almost on Air with Erica Shea. Yes, that's who the cats are named after. It was like COVID when we got introduced to John, who lived in another state. And I remember thinking one day, how tall is John? Like, he's got to be 6 feet tall. And I remember texting, being like, John, how tall are you? And Erica was dying. She's like, yeah, he's 6 feet tall, whatever. What is he?
He's got to be probably 5'9", 5'10".
No, he's shorter than that.
Is he really?
I remember the first time I met him, I was like, oh, man, you're short.
He's not like short.
But he's not like whatever I thought.
Because Jake, when we spoke to him about being short and being on all the dating apps, he was, what, 5'8"? Because he's shorter than the average man.
I think he's short. I think John's shorter.
No. I'll text him right now. I think he's 5'10". I don't think he's that much shorter than me. Now, if you don't know who John is, this probably is not the most thrilling. It's not the most thrilling conversation either way. But
Excuse me.
Carla Marie, just burp into the microphone.
No, on the side, and that's why I wasn't feeling good. Now I feel better
Hold on, let me get this message
because I
to
chugged
John.
a protein shake this morning.
Are you 5'8" or 5'10"?
This is how tall is Scotty B?
I'm not going to go through every male that I know and guess their height.
Texting.
But because Carla Marie did burp into the microphone, it did remind me of something that happened to me over the weekend. So I'm not sure what your, I don't know, dietary reactions are like, but I've been very fortunate in my life. I don't have any allergies. I don't
You're
really have
allergic
any.
to peaches or something. Remember? That was the one thing that came up.
I wasn't even allergic. I was like slightly intolerant to something super random that I don't even eat that often. But even then, the doctor said I could probably eat. I'd have no reaction. It's just not something I should overindulge in. I've always been pretty lean and active most of my life, and things don't really upset my stomach. Okay, so I'm saying that to explain how surprisingly painful my Friday night experience was. So we went to that restaurant, Nona, Strega, and the food was great.
And
We
they're
then-
like fresh off the boat. They like Italian first language.
Or it's a very good act.
No, it's
the jury's
amazing.
still out.
No, it's not.
Yeah, jury's still out. The guy kept going, "Ciao, bella." So I don't believe you, man. I don't believe
No,
you.
he speaks like.
You don't look like the Italian I've seen in Jersey.
Yeah, that's the difference.
So anyway, great food. Then we went to a place called Mox Boarding House, which is it's like bar food for the most part and board games. And I had a grilled cheese and tomato soup
After dinner. After we had burrata pasta that I think had cheese and 2 pizzas with cheese.
And then, but I think that it was the tomato sauce that probably did it. So anyway, getting ready to go to sleep Friday night, and all of a sudden I get this shooting pain, kind of in my upper back. And I thought for a second, because I believe I was doing back exercises that day in the gym. I thought maybe I cramped up or something. Maybe I was dehydrated. Maybe the alcohol got to me, whatever. And it was heartburn, which I always thought would be near your heart, not shooting pain in your back. Now, I don't know if this was a unique case of heartburn. I don't
I've
know if
never
this
had.
you've never had heartburn?
It's here.
Oh, man. It was like.
I feel like this is your, like, now you're officially going over the hill of, like, now you're old.
Maybe. And I don't know if it'll ever happen again.
Because my dad's always like, oh, my heartburn. My grandma, oh, my agita.
It could be. I have no idea. But, man, it was like I couldn't stand up straight. That's how bad this thing hurt. And eventually I realized it was something like heartburn at least. Because eventually, like an hour into it, I finally let out a pretty big burp and then a series of them, and I was fine.
So then it was gas.
In my back?
Yes.
The only time I've ever had gas pain,
okay.
which has been a long, long time since that ever happened, was like, it's kind of like
No,
above
you can get it in your back. Okay, many people feel the
acid
burning
reflux.
Yeah. Many people feel the burning sensation of heartburn in the middle of their chest, behind
Okay.
their breastbone, and it radiates to their upper or lower back.
Okay, so it can radiate to your
Can.
upper back. People are saying reflux for sure. Vanessa with one S, it happened on my shoulder. So yeah, it was like
What
It
does
was
that
kinda
mean?
like
The
back
tomato
shoulder.
sauce is in your shoulder?
kind of back shoulder area, like center of my back, and then you move it out
But
to my
that's-
right shoulder a little bit.
But basically, because if you look at the commercials, it means there's a fire in your belly.
Yeah.
How is it in your shoulder?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't end up taking Tums or anything. I basically collapsed on my couch and then burped a while, and I was fine. And then that was the
Honestly.
craziest part is once I let out a couple of those burps, back to normal. Like it never happened. Because you know how with a headache, sometimes the headache like
I
dissipates.
wish you could burp out a headache.
Right? Like it dissipates over time. Like, oh, this is really bad, and then it starts getting better and better. This was just like light switch, done. But then the problem was it was 1:30 in the morning, and I was wide awake because I felt like I had just been stabbed in the back. So
I'd love to know what level that pain was like. I would have loved to feel it, to compare it to like kidney stones, ovarian cysts.
those are probably worse. The kidney stones have to, I mean, I've heard terrible stories about kidney
Yes,
stones.
my mom said it's worse than labor.
I've only heard about ovarian cysts from you. So it could be fake. You may have made it up. For some, maybe you just wanted some sympathy that day. Do you even have ovaries? Are those even real? I don't even
Pretty
know.
shriveled up probably at this point.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach.
diarrhea.
Yay, Pepto-Bismol. Ugh. What a weird word to say. Martha said, I've had gallstones while pregnant. That sounds like one hell of a combination. Let's see. Justin is saying something. Oh, where'd it go?
A similar thing happens when you hit the ulcer nerve, aka ulcer. How do you say that? Isn't it ulnar?
Who knows?
Ulnar nerve, aka the funny bone. The nerve isn't designed to send pain signals, so it sends a crapshoot and hopes the brain gets it.
So maybe you don't know. You don't know
Maybe
where the pain
heartburn.
is coming from. I don't know.
Meg said, "Didn't you have a kidney stone CM? Didn't we name him something? Yeah, it was Kenny the kidney stone. We kicked him out. He was evicted.
So listen, I'm not saying that it, like other people haven't dealt with other pain.
No, I'm just saying
but
I'm curious how bad it was.
I think the shock for me was it was like probably the first time in my life where food came back to kick me in the ass. The only other time I could think
maybe
of,
you're really getting old.
the only other time I can think of was when I first started lifting. I remember I took terrible advice from my cousin Mark, who's like, you don't need protein shakes or anything, just drink a lot of milk. And I drank a lot of milk, which isn't wrong.
I would have, and I'm not exaggerating, pooped literally in my pants.
So he's not wrong. You can get a lot of protein from milk. The amount of protein I needed to get, it was a bad idea for like 13-year-old Anthony to try to get all of it from milk, like whole milk.
I can't.
I drank basically a quart? Is the quart the skinny bottle? Or is that a half gallon?
No, a quart. No, it goes gallon. I think that's half gallon.
So I think I had a whole half gallon in like, well, not a whole, an entire half gallon in basically 2 sittings.
Stop.
And then my stomach said, no, thank you, sir.
So you weren't at the gym.
I was not at the gym. I had it that morning, and by the time the pain had hit me, because it's not like I pooped my pants like Carla Marie said she would. It just
like
ended
not
up
even-
being insane stomach cramps. Because my stomach was probably like, what is all of this stuff?
What is all
Please
this
get it out.
hormones you just pumped into our body?
I was working for my dad at the Jewelry Center on Route 4 in Paramus, New Jersey. And I remember I was in so much pain, and I was working, and it's like not like there's a back room.
Right. You're like at a
It's
kiosk
in a
kind of.
it's in a booth in a jewelry center. But there was a little outdoor area, like basically behind
I'm
the
literally
parking
getting
lot,
sick thinking about this.
and I just sat on the curb, leading into that like open area, and just curled up in a ball
And then it went away.
outdoors. And then eventually, like 30 minutes later, it went away.
I used to have like ice cream and accidentally poop my pants.
No, I've never accidentally pooped my pants. Not once in my life. Well, when I was a child, probably.
Twice.
Except that wasn't really on accident.
True.
Right? Like, I was probably doing it on purpose at the time because I had to poop. So I don't know if I've ever accidentally.
You probably pooped your pants on purpose.
Exactly.
Accidentally.
And
And then I came close 2 weekends ago.
what?
Because
Explain yourself.
we went to Salt and Straw because I really wanted to get ice cream because I knew I wasn't going to be eating like anything bad
Yeah.
soon. I was like, let's get Salt and Straw ice cream. And I couldn't decide between 2 flavors, so I got 2 adult scoops of dairy ice cream.
And that didn't sit well with you, I
We
guess?
rode our bikes home, and I was like, I'm not feeling great. And I start feeding the cats, and it hit me. And I was able to feed them, but you were outside. And when you came in, you said, are you okay? And I said, yeah, why? And you're like, there's just cat food everywhere.
Yeah, that explains it then.
And I had to run.
Yeah, so
Because I literally almost pooped in my pants.
Well, and this is the thing. Now, I have made it very clear that Carla Marie is not necessarily the most organized person in the home and oftentimes leaves things out.
Not
But
like
this
garbage.
Yeah, I walked back into the house.
It was like
and
someone zapped me out of what I was doing.
Yeah, it was like you were kidnapped. It was honestly like you were taken. Like there were still spoons in things. It was like Thanos snapped his fingers and you were part of the people that disappeared. Let's see. Jen said we got the Scream truck the other night. I've seen that. I think they did something with Elvis's show, right? And it's like a trendy ice cream truck.
Yeah.
What's so special about this place? Do they not give you chipwiches and ice cream sandwiches?
I don't think so.
And Ninja Turtle ice pops?
Oh, Mandarin Rose said, well, this is not the conversation I imagined I would start my birthday listening to.
Well, Mandarin Rose. There we go.
Uh-oh.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Erica P said, I feel like Elvis owns part of
I
it,
don't
the
think
Scream
he
truck.
does.
I mean,
Lauren.
listen, to get Elvis to do an event at Garden State Plaza, he might own the whole thing.
I don't know.
'Cause
I
I
know
don't know
they
the
were
last
looking for
time-
investments for a bit.
I don't know the last time that Elvis did an event like that.
I know that the truck like talks to you or something, and the voice is Lauren Ray.
Oh,
Her
really?
podcast voice.
That's pretty cool. Wait, so what is the special, like, is it just super trendy?
Fred, the mailman, said, Mailman 101, never trust a fart.
Oh, yeah, if you're out all day, you can't trust
And
that.
walking that much, and like when you run, it moves your intestines around and makes you have to go.
Let's see, Run Like a Husky said Elvis has a partnership with
Yeah.
Scream Truck now, so maybe they're just an advertiser? I don't know. I don't know. But someone's got to tell me in the chat why it's so, like,
All right, we'll scroll. Maybe
Cool.
tell you. It's an on-demand ice cream truck.
oh, so you have to, like, order it. It's one of those. Like the candy trucks that do birthdays and stuff like that.
No, like on-demand as if I hit it and it shows up to my house, or on-demand is, oh, they let you know where they're going to be in your
Okay.
area and you order ahead.
That
like
sounds
how-
like the opposite of on-demand.
How much ahead? Like that day or like 3 days?
I'm going to go to the, what is it, Scream Truck?
Yeah, we could get Lauren on the phone.
Does she own it? Or she's just the
She's
voice?
the voice of it.
All right, Scream Truck, New Jersey on-demand ice cream truck. Service areas.
To your driveway or doorstep?
They got a lot of towns listed as they're currently serving.
Not mine. Or yours.
Not mine either.
Not my ice cream truck. Hold on. Let me.
Okay, so book an event. I scream, you scream, we all scream. Okay, enter your town. We'll go with, I know people in Cedar Grove. We'll go with Cedar Grove, New Jersey.
Oh,
Half an hour up to 25 guests, $300. Plus tax and gratuity. What am I gratuitying you for?
serving ice cream.
Yeah, but like I paid for the full service.
Okay.
Yes?
25 people eating ice
Oh,
cream.
book up to 60 days in advance. So you're paying a little more than $10 a person. It's not bad. Plus tax and tip.
And for an experience, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
That's not bad at all.
Mr. Softy.
And then as you go up, so then 1 hour up to 50 guests is $500. Again, now you're getting it closer to $10 an hour.
But if you were to do it post-wedding, you would probably need, well, you need 2 trucks. In New Jersey, you would need 2 of these trucks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 3. Really. Well, no. Because then the line would get really long.
Up to 200. You would need 200 probably.
Okay. That's not a bad deal, though.
All right, go back to Jen and Lisa, though. I want to see how, because did they have it come to their house? No.
Let's see.
What? Danielle's son Spencer's driving one this summer?
Oh, that's cool.
Shut up.
Taylor in the chat said, I believe Elvis said he is an investor in it.
I think Lauren is too. I've seen her post about it.
That's pretty
Jen
cool.
said she found out that day where they were going to be a few hours ahead. I ordered and they were there. They were in my driveway with the music blasting.
That's pretty cool.
That's so embarrassing.
Reserved
I love it. I need
routes.
to make this happen.
Well,
wait.
You should do it to your
Jen,
sister's house in New
Jen,
Jersey.
did you spend $300?
Okay, the ice creams do look pretty cool. They're like in a cup.
Is there dairy free? Because I would have just looking at them.
And then
At
there's
least I'll be
salsa.
at home.
Oh, invest in Scream Truck. Let's see what we got here. I'm interested in investing. The world's first on-demand experiential food trucks launched in September 2020.
Such a cute truck.
I'm not going to go through all this, but in just over 3 years, Scream Truck has over 70,000 registered households across 50 New Jersey towns. The kicker, we've spent $0 on advertising or marketing. Well, it helps.
Oh, there you go.
Look, investor testimonials. Elvis Duran,
Can people
national
see
radio
this?
personality. I'll put it on the screen. Look at that handsome devil.
All right, we want in. $20.
Do we want it? Here we go. Here's the investor list. And let me put it on the screen. Bam. So now you should see Elvis on there, right? Yeah, there it is. So it's smart that they didn't pay for advertising, but they also got Elvis,
Right.
who's like the best advertiser in the world.
Well, he paid them.
That's true.
Hold on.
Well,
we
they're paying back.
Go back to the
eventually.
chat or get Jen on the horn. I don't have my dongle. I can't connect.
Okay. Jen said no. She spent $30 on 3 ice creams and a tip. It's not bad.
What? That's great.
Yeah.
I don't have to leave my house. Okay, but say like my neighbor's like, oh my God, that's so cool. I want ice cream. And they want to go up to the truck and order. They can't.
It's a good question.
Because then the busybodies are going to come out of their house.
Busybodies. Jen said I can call if you want. The problem is, for some reason on this computer, it never accesses our mic. Oh, you could do Bluetooth right
This
here.
doesn't sound great.
It's all right. It is searching.
Scotty B is 5'11" and a half, but I usually just say 6. Someone
So
asked.
he's a liar.
I'm going to say
So he's
you're a liar.
A big fat liar. And
How tall are you?
5'11" and 3/4
So you're more.
by 1/4 of an inch. John, by the way, I just checked my phone because I forgot I texted him. I said, are you 5'8" or 5'10"? He said, you skipped me. I'm 5'9".
So he's taller than BJ, Baby Jake.
BJ.
Hold on, let me take me off. You connected me? Hold on, don't call yet.
It should be. No, it's looking for, you have to connect it.
Stai zitto.
What?
Shut up.
Excuse me?
It sounds nicer when you say it in Italian.
A little bit, yeah.
Yes, the CM. Actually,
All right, Carla Marie's phone
Hold
is
on.
connected.
I have an idea.
What is your idea? I don't even think we've done anything on the list today. Let me get Elvis off our screen quickly.
Okay, hold on.
I guess we're doing their advertising for them now.
Hello.
Hi, Jen. Good morning or afternoon.
Hey. It's still morning here.
Okay, perfect. Good morning.
Yeah, we got 30 more minutes in the morning on the East Coast.
Okay, so Jen, you are from what part of New Jersey?
Central.
You're in-
North Plainfield.
Okay, because Central Jersey doesn't really exist. So, you did the Scream Truck this weekend. How
Yeah.
does it work?
So apparently now we're 2 towns over from their brick and mortar, which may be why like they'll let you know when they're in the area. But I believe that you sign up and then you'll get a text when they're around your neighborhood. So, like, for example, a couple weeks ago, we got a text that they were going to be in our area between 8 and 9 p.m. So, like, they'll let you know the approximate time frame they'll be in your area. Earlier this week, we did one where they were in our area from 3:15 to 4:15. So, you reply to the text if you're interested. Then they'll send you a link for their ordering website. You order ahead and you pay ahead, so then there's no cash transactions. And then they'll let you know when they're outside, and they'll make it fresh for you when you're standing in your driveway.
What?
And then that's it.
Okay, so it's an involved process, but it seems pretty cool.
It was really cool. And it's like, it's nothing fancy. I mean, you can get like special Sundays or like I just got kind of like Blizzard type where it's just a soft serve twist with M&Ms and sprinkles. Like, and you could get more fancy ones, but you know.
When I looked on the website, they look kind of like McFlurries.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Like fancy McFlurries.
And they have like Ghirardelli's hot fudge and stuff. Pretty cool. And it's not that expensive all in all.
No, I mean, it sounds like it's a regular ice cream.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, think about it this way. If you were just ordering a tub of Ben & Jerry's, right, on GoPuff or DoorDash or something, by the time they add all of those fees and everything, you're probably getting a better product and experience through this company.
And it's a small business.
And it's a small business. It's not some big, giant tech company. Obviously not.
Yeah, for sure.
Not available everywhere yet. I think it looks like they're only in New Jersey right now, but they are looking at franchising so people can buy into it. Should we do one in Seattle?
And we can make it play the morning show podcast.
I think it would actually work in Seattle because, and Jen, we'll let you go. Thank you very much.
Jen, we got to make sure they get some for Old Times Baked cookies on their truck.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that would be fantastic.
Looks like we know an investor there, so.
2 of them. Just putting it out there. Okay. All right, Jen, have a good day. Stay cool out there.
You look great.
You look great. I think a company like this would work really well in Seattle for a couple of reasons. One, very tech-heavy city, right? So a lot of the tech companies will start launching here. So in terms of ordering on the app and doing all of that stuff, people are used to services like that here. And we had the Amazon treasure truck, which kind of operates in a similar way, right?
Yes, they would say, hey, people, we're going to be always like on Mondays, we'll be in this part of Seattle, Tuesdays, this part of Seattle, Wednesday, blah, 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 blah. And there would be like weekly or daily, it doesn't exist anymore, but there'd be weekly or daily things that you would get on the truck. So one of the things that I picked up from the truck was a memory foam pillow. I forget which brand it was, an expensive brand. The pillow was like regularly $200. I got it for $40. I will never forget this. And I just select, want it, and then you go to pick it up at the treasure truck.
But just like Jen said, it is done. You pay ahead of time.
Yeah.
You order and pay ahead of time. Then you show up. Now, the only difference is the truck is in one location. Yeah. You have to go to it, but they'll tell you the neighborhood.
But it's a big to-do when you get there. It looks like a boardwalk game. Yeah,
unfortunately, I went to Amazon.com, and it says the treasure truck has ended. Thanks
Where
for
is that
coming
truck?
along.
I need it.
That's a cool truck. They probably sold it to a carnival or something.
Because if we could buy it, we can convince Amy to buy it at Seattle Cocktail Club 100%. She's already probably looking up how to buy it as we speak. And then we can turn it into an ice cream cookie truck.
All right, before we do anything else, we still have things to get to on the list. We'll talk about Carla Marie's problem with Hulu, family game night, all of those things. We do have a quick break we're going to take, and there is a new game that we are going to take or play during the break. So some people, if you are not subscribed, will get ads served to you. And some people, if you are subscribed, will get a different screen. It's a match game. If you hate it, it's okay. We're just playing it. We're seeing how it is.
Just give it.
Don't overreact. It's gonna be okay.
I'm gonna scream.
I'm not sure how it's gonna work, and I'm trying to make sure I keep Carla Marie's expectations in check. All right, we will be back in a couple minutes. actually pretty fun. Started off slow. Mike's are on, by the way, Carla Marie.
Oh, okay.
Well done.
Just from Minnesota was on a roll in the beginning. I said she's got that German eye. I don't know what that means, but
What? Jess from Minnesota with the win, or the top of the leaderboard today. All right, now that we know how to play. Oh, we got animals, Carla Marie.
sorry, I'm signing up for Scream Truck.
In New Jersey?
Here in New Jersey. Oh, I gotta do a different email. Because I think it'd be so funny. Like, could you imagine I ordered it and just showed up to my parents' house?
All right, now everybody should be back from whatever ad they were being served, and now everyone can play. Claire, well done. First on the board.
Oh, when we come back, we gotta show the gift that Juan sent us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, make sure your neighbors sign up too.
Yeah, I wonder what their algorithm like gives them. Or do they just go to the places where they have the most signups?
Which would be the smart thing to do as a business.
Level achieved. Well done, everybody. 7 out of 7. No cats on the screen.
Who's that weird? Right.
Which one? I can't see what you're pointing at.
It was like the first one. Is that a cat? I guess, actually.
Is Jess from Minnesota the winner again? The leader?
Damn, Jess, good job.
Well done. What was that hand signal you were giving me?
Wrap
Carla?
it up here.
Well, yeah, I was waiting for the game to
I'm just
finish.
making sure you weren't gonna do another one.
Aggressive Marie this morning.
So whatever.
She's telling me to shut up earlier.
No, I did. Staisito. That's what I tell Caroline.
What did she say?
But my mom-
Run tape.
You asked me what it was, and I said shut up.
I'll wait for our producer to run the tape.
You asked me what it was, and I said shut up, but I wasn't telling you to shut up. Only
you
in
were,
Italian.
though. You mentioned while we were playing that game earlier, Carla Marie, that we should show off the things that Juan sent us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ow.
I don't know what motivated him to do this, but they're like these, what are these called? The little beads.
I don't know.
I forgot what the style of like
Art.
activity art is called. But for me, he sent a Charmander that has a little Pokeball stand, which I thought was very cool.
It's cool.
And then I have a Ghastly
It's
as
a
well.
sticker, though.
This is a sticker, but I've been using it actually as a coaster.
Oh.
It's a good coaster.
Yeah, it's like the one, perler beads, or Jess says fuse beads. I don't know, but then he also sent us their magnets, so they're stuck on the electrical pole in here. Probably not good, but.
That's fine.
John Mann. Erica Shea.
Did you just break one?
Max.
Carla Marie.
And Liney.
And they are very, very cute. Having the, wow, you snap Max's tail?
It's still there. It's fine. Just a little.
I'm going to tell her.
Okay.
It does like,
Adds a little bit of home because they can't be here.
well, it's a nice touch because we have like that part of the wall is very white, which is on purpose, and that's what we like. But having the cats on that part of the wall kind of like, is it spruce it up? Is that the phrase?
Yes.
I was going to say spices it up, but I don't think that was right.
No. We're not
I like it. We made it spicy. That's some spicy decoration you got there. Marijuana, thank you very much for subscribing at Tier 1. Appreciate that.
And
I also, what?
And Erica P, thank you for subscribing.
Thank you very much as well. We got a 37-month streak. with Erica P, or 37 months, currently on a 19-month streak, and then Marijuana, 44 months, currently on a 44-month streak.
Heather on Long Island says that her daughter loves making these, but she's the one that has to iron them, which she loathes doing.
So what do? You put it on like a
parchment paper.
And you just put them next to each other?
I guess.
Not, because they have like holes in them. I feel like you put them on a little pegboard.
I don't think so. I never made them.
I definitely did way
Who is
back in
this?
the day. Huh?
This is Erica. No, this is Caroline.
Let's see. Those remind me of the video of Erica on the stairs.
I posted that yesterday. She does that every day. I just never post it for some reason, but she hangs through the railing like a psychopath.
So it's Meg Not Megan said I used to make them as a kid all the time. Is there a board you put them on? Yeah, assembled on a pegboard, like I said, then ironed with a regular iron. And so you put the parchment paper over it after it's on the pegboard. Because, yeah, you wouldn't just... Keeping all those together on regular paper without a pegboard seems almost impossible.
I could try.
All right, perfect. So, on the list... Let's get back to the list because we were all over the place before our little break. Hulu Havoc. Explain your problem with Hulu, Carla Marie.
Well, Anthony said to me yesterday, you were trying to watch what?
I watched the first episode of Shogun, and I know it was Hulu's like big show, right? They worked with movie companies to do releases around the country. They pumped a lot of money into this thing. I opened up Hulu and I couldn't find it. I had to go into the search, which it's not the hardest thing in the world, but I assumed because they pumped so much money into this, like Netflix, when they launch a show, it's in your face, whether you want it there or not.
Yes. It's not just Hulu. It's Hulu, it's Peacock, and Paramount Plus. And I'm talking to the three of you right now. Just copy Netflix. When you I don't understand how they haven't figured out how to do Netflix's log-on page.
Like the homepage.
To find what I was recently watching on Hulu, I got to scroll down like 87 pages, and it's probably not even at the spot that I actually left it because I don't know what they do when I close the app. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. It is impossible, nearly impossible, to find content on those platforms easily. And like you said, you had to go search for it or whatever. It's not even like you would think they are putting their new shows in your face. It's like, what is that? I don't even know.
Even their search, I will say, I started typing in Shogun, which is SHOGUN. Right. Or ON. I can't remember. Either way, you would think normally when you start typing it in, right, like it'll put up all the S's and then all the shows that start or movies with an SH.
It's like everything that has the letter S in it.
Until I got to the final letter and hit search, the Fast and Furious franchise came up.
It knows.
And I don't know. I mean, listen, I love the Fast and Furious franchise. Don't get me wrong. But none of those letters matched up. It was very confusing.
Jordan and Puyallup said, I seriously thought this was just me.
And let's see, Marijuana said the user experience on Hulu is such a pain in the ass.
Yes. And you know what, though? So once you find the show on Hulu, for the most part, it plays fine. Actually, nope. Rewind. The mouths don't match up with the words sometimes on Hulu. And it drives...
That might be an internet connectivity thing.
I'm like, well, now I got to leave this app and good luck finding your show. Another 20 minutes goes by. But Paramount Plus, and it may be because I have the commercial version of it, so there's like commercials in between. Peasant, I know. If I was we paused something or rewound something when I was watching with my parents, and then it jumps. It does this weird thing where it like jumps further than you want it to, and then makes you watch the commercials again.
Yeah, that sucks.
It's like, but I just did this.
It should know that you've watched, and obviously they want to serve as many ads as possible because they get paid per ad they serve. But it happens to me sometimes on YouTube as well. If I go back too far, because it just lets you know when the ad is placed, not that you've already listened to the ad.
And that Marijuana said, Peacock's rewind goes from 0 to 1 million so fast. I don't understand. Like, they copy each other like, let's just do what they did. Then do what they did.
Yeah.
Nothing beats Netflix. Nothing. Amazon Prime, I might as well be using VHS.
Yeah, the user experience, and granted Netflix has been doing it longer than anyone. But these other companies, it's not like there's an upstart company that's taking on Netflix, right? You're talking about Disney, which owns Hulu,
Amazon.
one of the most valuable companies in the world, the most valuable company in the world, Apple TV, all of them, you guys have billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Pay the engineers. Go steal everyone from Netflix like you've been doing.
Meg said Paramount is the worst one of all. Life is a Hike
do
said
think
Paramount Apple freeze randomly. Yep, it does.
I do think if I was to rank them, at least in the search feature or just trying to find any content, Hulu is the worst.
No,
which is
you've
crazy.
never used Paramount, have you?
No, I do. And I think the only reason that I don't have a problem with Paramount
Because it's the paid one.
is I was using the paid one for a little bit, but even then, the shows that they're pushing to everyone are the shows that I was there for. It's all the Yellowstone franchise. It's all the Taylor Sheridan shows.
Yeah.
So for me, they were everything I wanted was right there. I've never watched Paramount for I don't think anything else.
Also, Netflix, call me up. I have some ideas.
Let's see. Milwaukee Tom said the Max Rewind and Fast Forward is terrible.
Oh, HBO.
HBO's bad.
You know what?
Bad.
If I put closed captioning on, I want it on for everything. Paramount and HBO, you. No,
I don't hate that.
it should be a settings option, just on all the time.
I guess it should know when you turn it on.
Because then, you
Right.
know what you have to do? You have to pause the show. Then you got to try to use the clicker to get to the, and I mean like clicker, I'm not calling it a remote a clicker because mine's like a clicky thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get down
Still a remote.
and then over, and you got to find, and it doesn't actually let you go down there. And I'm like, ugh! Where is the UX team?
Let's see. Run Like a Husky said, Hulu is like Costco, who rearranges the store constantly so you have to walk around searching for what you need and stumble across other things along the way. That's true.
I know what I'm coming here for. I promise you I'm not just firing it up to search around. Also, my idea for Netflix
Yes. What is it?
is to let me like create, like my account is like a username, like an Instagram account. And I can like friend my family or
Okay.
my parents or whoever. And then I could see what they're watching. And I guess you could hide things from your feed if you want.
I thought that was a feature.
Mm-hmm. You can see what your parents
Oh,
are watching.
Spotify it is. Spotify, you can see what your friends are listening to.
And then I would like to be able to send shows to my parents through Netflix because then I don't have to tell them and then make them search for it. I could
But-
send them the show on Netflix.
If you use the Netflix app, you can do that.
In Netflix? No, you can't. You have to text it to them. And then
feel
they
like
get a
there's-
text with the show.
I haven't had Netflix on my phone in a while, so I don't know if they've gotten
So
rid of anything. Let's see. I recently had to completely delete Hulu from my TV because it would play the show, but with a green or black screen, really. Had a mini heart attack thinking my TV was going out. Googled that the EF was going on. What the F was going on. And had to remove and re-download. Yeah, sometimes those things happen. That sucks.
Also, with our one TV, it's a Samsung. It's done this since I got it. And brand new, like good TV at Best Buy. It wasn't like I got it anywhere like shady. It was brand new out of the box. If you fast forward for more than 3 seconds, the TV turns off.
Yeah, it's weird. Mandarin Rose said, Prime just fired a bunch of people recently, so don't expect it to get better anytime soon.
I'm going to be blowing on the cartridge.
I don't think any of these apps are going to get better anytime soon, and I'll tell you why. Netflix essentially fooled everybody for like 10 years into making people believe they were a profitable company. And I think they may have just started turning a profit, like kind of recently.
Yeah.
But because they were offering so much content and spending so much money and getting all of these investments and their stock price kept going up, all of these other companies wanted in on it. So everyone started funneling money into the streaming game, not realizing no one was going to see a return.
Mm-hmm.
So now all these companies went, oh, crap, we just ruined our regular TV model because we invested so much in streaming.
I don't know what they're going to do.
And now we can't afford
It's
any of
crazy.
it. So
Lisa said the one complaint I have about streaming, specifically Apple and Prime, is that the volume. So now when you watch Yankees games, because they're on Apple TV, when they go to, the game is much quieter than the commercials.
oh, yeah.
And this was something that was supposed to be fixed, or there was supposed to be an option on some of the platforms to level it out.
Well, the reason they do that, and it's probably still from the TV model that baseball games usually run on, right? Like the Yes Network will do this. For years, like way before streaming, TV companies and advertisers realized that when you play a commercial, even if people are like not going to flip around during commercials, they get up, right? That's when they go to the bathroom. That's when they go to the kitchen. That's when they go organize things. So they will purposefully play the commercials at a slightly louder volume because they assume you are going to be further away from the TV when they do. It's actually
makes sense.
Pretty smart.
But I also feel like that happens more with baseball games or just games in general because it's not a pre-produced product that's always there and they can't normalize is what we would call it, I guess, when we do audio work, where it's a live game, so they can't adjust. It's just what you're getting. And
it's a slower pace, so it sometimes gets like lower and sleepier. Now, what Jules is saying, Jules 1108, none of them are equal in regards to the streaming apps. And that one, I don't know what I think. I think you just have to figure out. The TV companies need to figure out, like the physical TV.
I don't know. No, it's the app because Jules, you're right. Jules said they have to watch Disney on like 90, 20 for Prime, HBO Max. We got to crank, and then I go to watch something on Netflix and I fall off the couch.
Can I get the clicker, Carla Marie?
Marijuana said, insane that in the year of our Lord 2024, we still don't have volume normalization.
Yeah. Why can't there be, and maybe...
We were supposed to have this.
Wait a second. So the FCC last year...
They won't let me be.
No, they're letting us be, which is kind of nice. They're actually, I don't know if they're letting us be, but they're
not letting
corporations be, which I'm for. I think this would be an FCC regulation. They should create a national
volume
TV standard, right? Where the volume that you output needs to live within a range, right? Where your action movies are at this range, whatever, and then it just normalizes everything.
They're on a tear right now, so I think we can present this to them.
Yeah, all of the alphabet organizations last week were just like, bam, here's a new rule. Bam, here's a new rule. Bam. They're like Emerald, what's his name?
Emerald
Lagasse. Just cooking up some regulations and sprinkling some sauce on there.
I loved it.
But that would make sense, right? And I feel like even if you're someone who wants to live in a more deregulated world, right? We don't need stupid rules. But I feel like that's an important one. I think that's one we could all get down with.
Who would be the person, okay, let's just take a step back.
Yeah.
Corporations aside, who would be the one person, I could see people be like, no, I don't want my volume regulated just because they need to say no.
Here's how it would work, Carla Marie. If, let's use Marco Rubio from Florida, Republican. If he came out and said we should be regulating this thing, every Democrat in America would probably say, no, blah, 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 you're a fascist.
You want to regulate everything we have, even our TVs and our uteruses.
They would say, yeah, you're a fascist. Okay, but then if AOC, for example, came out to the same exact thing, then all the Republicans would be like, she's a communist, kill her.
Taking our guns and our TV volume.
Yeah, so really it's a lose-lose situation. What we need, who's Meryl Streep?
No.
Is she polarizing?
She's not polarizing.
Who's the least polarizing person in America?
She's not polarizing, but I feel like there's a group of men that's probably like, shut up, lady.
But there's always a group of men that's always going to say, shut up, lady.
That's facts. Taylor Swift should do it.
Yeah, she is very polarizing these days.
But I feel like there's more people that like her that don't like her.
Who do we got?
The Rock?
Tom Brady these days? Pretty liked?
Nope. The Rock?
No, The Rock has dabbled. The last election, he was on the Democrat side. This election, he jumped on Fox News. He can't
He did?
Yeah. He did it right before WrestleMania. He did an interview on Fox News, which there's nothing. I mean, you did an interview on Fox.
Yeah. Fox and friends.
There's nothing inherently wrong about that.
Me and my friends. Man, if I could go back to that interview, because that was March of 2020. So, as much as we knew that, and I'm sorry if you like Fox News, okay. But as much as we knew where Fox and CNN stood on their politics, the wedge wasn't really there yet. And if I could go back in time, there were so many things I would have said.
Let's see. Peyton Manning, it's a good one. He seems to be middle of the road. Timothy Chalamet, also wildly handsome.
Yeah, but people don't know who he is.
What if he and Zendaya did a joint press conference and called for volume regulation in America?
My dad would be like, "Who are these children?"
Oh, true. Maybe they're not well known enough. Tom Hanks.
That says Tom Holland, but
Someone
sorry.
earlier.
Like,
someone earlier had said.
But I do agree, Tom Hanks. But no.
He was like the first Panini celebrity.
Yeah, because people thought that. What was the whole thing with Tom Hanks? He got COVID like first.
Yeah, he was like the first celebrity.
And everyone was like, "It's getting celebrities too. This is real." But there was a whole side of people that thought he was
like a plant,
a lizard person, maybe.
Maybe they're all lizard people. What else do we have?
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
Deadpool.
He's a good one. He's a good one, but he's Canadian. Are we gonna trust him?
Nope.
Right? Van City.
I would say Alan Richardson because I don't know how to say his last name. Alan Richardson.
Oh, from Reacher. Right? Isn't he Reacher?
Well, he was in that other one we saw, the Gentlemanly on Warfare. What?
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
I love the movie. The words don't come out. Anyway, he's a massive man, but he says some polarizing shit on his Instagram, and it's great.
But isn't he normally doing it like to be funny?
No.
Oh.
He did a whole post yesterday about
where's he from?
about like not the problem with the church. I didn't fully watch it. I just read the caption, but it was about like Christians or whatever. And people are like, "You claim to be Christian, but you believe in abortion. You're fake." And it's like,
he's from Grand Forks, North Dakota.
okay.
All right, good old American boy.
And it ain't nobody messing with him. If him and The Rock should run, as much as I would love to have a woman stay in the White House, him and The Rock should run for president and vice president. No one will fuck with us.
What else do we
I'd like
have?
to see you try to storm that.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
He has become, even though he was a Republican governor, so obviously politics in general are polarizing.
but I feel like if he wasn't your governor, you don't even. You're just like, oh, cool, he was the governor. You don't really think.
And he's not a bad one. Although, did you he's being now mentioned in the Trump case. Have you seen this?
No, but what were we looking for someone for again?
To regulate volume in America. We're trying to find someone that the people trust.
Me.
But also, Schwarzenegger, very polarizing.
Why?
During the Panini. A lot of people got polarizing during the Panini.
What did
he
he
do?
do?
He was a big vaccine guy.
Okay.
And called out a lot of bodybuilders and fitness influencers who are anti-vaccine.
They're like, you're shooting yourself up with.
And
that's been my whole thing with Ozempic. What? You're so quick to go, oh, I'm going to get skinny and I'm going to inject myself every day to get skinny, and that's fine. Fucking do that. But don't be like, oh, I'm not putting a vaccine in my body that the government wants me to do. Dude, you're trusting Big Pharma here because it benefits you, not the greater good.
People will take risks, right? People will take risks with unknown products if they think it will benefit them directly and quickly. Mm-hmm. People will not take risks with new products, right or wrong, if they think it will benefit others in a less direct way. I
just want you to listen, I don't care what you do to get skinny. I truly do not care. I want you to be healthy. I don't care who you are. I don't want you to be making yourself sick. But let's just take a step back and think about what we're doing.
Wait, who were saying J.A.? Who was J.A.? Where are we, I don't even, there's so many names.
Probably Jason Aldean. I'm going to just guess based off of the context.
Dirt Road guy?
Yeah, he's...
Oh, yeah, because he had that, Try This in a Small Town song.
Yeah, but
that was basically
also, his wife says, pretty vile shit sometimes on Instagram. They're, anti-trans, anti-gay. Huh. But, blatant about it.
J.A. is Jason Aldean. Okay. Yeah. That sucks that...
Listen, love the music.
Dirt Road Anthem.
I'm going to listen to it.
Still one of my favorite songs.
But he is polarizing.
You know what? I want to jump into something else. Speaking of polarizing people.
Oh.
I think what we're getting now. What?
Erica said she thought J.A. was Ja Rule.
I did too for a second.
Ja.
Also polarizing. Wasn't he part of the Fyre Fest? Wasn't he the main guy?
Yeah.
See, there's no one anymore that's not polarizing.
I'm not.
And I use the term polarizing. A lot of people will be like, oh, see, everyone can get canceled. None of these people are canceled.
No. Jason Aldean
and just because people don't like you or choose not to listen to your music because of something you said does not mean you are canceled, because your music is still there.
Right.
and anyone can choose to listen to it. You have just chosen to make this a part of your message, and there are consequences to that, whether I agree with them or not.
Facts.
Let's see.
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav. He's someone who, I mean, his past probably not great, but today he's just like an old crazy guy.
But every boomer would be like, what is this guy saying?
Al Roker, is he a good one?
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to get the right.
Someone said Jelly Roll, which I think he's got a good message. I just don't know if America trusts people with face tattoos. That's the big problem, right? Although Taylor Swift is making it look cool because she did a song with Post Malone.
But in that video, he doesn't have face tattoos. She does. She has his face tattoos.
So she made face tattoos cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with face tattoos. I don't care if you have face tattoos. I'm just saying most people will judge people with face tattoos.
Okay, so cancel whatever you were saying.
So we were talking about, and this was not on purpose, but how polarizing people can be and how saying one thing can make you polarizing. But I also feel like people do it on purpose, right? Like Courtney Love a couple of weeks ago being like, oh, Taylor Swift isn't a...
And it wasn't only Taylor. She was going at like every young female artist and complaining about their...
And at the end of the day, she just wanted attention.
Yep.
Right? Whether or not her opinion is respected by other people, she just wanted people to look at her, and she wanted to see her names in papers again. There's the story that broke over the weekend about is it Kristi Noem? Noem or Noam?
I think it's Noam. Noam, very quick.
Either way, the governor of South Dakota, who a lot of people thought could be Donald Trump's vice president. And I'm not going to get into the politics of what her, Donald Trump, or anyone believe. I'm not getting into the policy side of this. She has a book coming out, which I'm sure she will make millions and millions of dollars off of. But one of the things the press ran with over the weekend is a part of her book that talks about her killing her own dog. Now, I will say this. I understand that if you live in a more rural area, there are times you have to put down animals yourself. It's an unfortunate part of life.
Yep.
I can't imagine that even the people that have to do it enjoy it.
But
it's a necessity.
Essentially a puppy.
This is not that.
No.
The story that everyone is running with the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, is she had what she calls in different ways either a farm dog or a work dog. Okay, and they would take, or a hunting dog. She uses, I think, all three
interchangeably.
And it was a puppy, less than 2 years old, rambunctious little guy, apparently, and hard to train, or trained poorly. Right, because she has other dogs that apparently were fine.
But she said he was untrainable and that he was a trained assassin.
Which is... She says that in the same sentence, which is pretty funny.
It's like, you're an idiot.
Because you're either a trained assassin or you are untrainable. But
stupid.
Long story short, she takes him on a hunt. He's terrible, ruins the hunt. Then she takes him to a friend's house, and he like chases their chickens around. And she decides, this dog is useless to me. Gotta put him down.
Honestly, you could have left him on the side of the road.
There's a lot of options she could have had other than shoot the dog in the head.
Like, you know what we should do? We should let her see if she could go on a hunt without a gun. And if she can't get something, then we're going to shoot her in a ditch.
The reason I bring this up is not...
Okay, wait, I didn't actually...
No, we don't want to do that to anybody.
Throw her in the garbage. Much better.
The reason that I bring this up is not to sway your opinion on her specifically, but I think we have gotten to a point in society where you say the crazy thing just to get attention, even if you know it's something that people are going to dislike or something that you shouldn't have done. And she even, before the media firestorm kicked off, because she kind of tried to issue an apology over the weekend, but before that, someone, I think it was The Guardian, posted an excerpt of the story. And she was like, if you want to see this and other things that the left media will lose their minds over, read my book. It's like, oh my God, you literally just told the whole world that you killed a dog so that you can like dunk on lefties? Leftists? Not lefties.
Just trying to live their life being a lefty. I agree with you where people will say crazy things just to be polarizing or
Yes.
not to be to shock value. Saying versus putting it in print are two different things.
Yeah.
In a book.
And then she tries to play it off as like, oh, well, as a governor, I have to make hard decisions, and that was a hard decision. And everyone's like, there's a lot of other decisions you could make, and if your first decision is to shoot something in the back of the
Shouldn't
head,
be governor.
maybe we don't trust
Fred
you.
the Mailman said, I've honestly never heard of this person. Well, then I guess she did it right.
So she made a lot of news during the panini because Sturgis went through South Dakota, and there were like no regulations for COVID.
That's
and
the motorcycle.
yeah, and then it
event.
became like a gigantic super spreader event because
And then they were motorcycling across America, spreading COVID.
Exactly. She's also been one of those people that tries to say the thing on Twitter to get a lot of attention. And she's been normally governors of South Dakota don't get a ton of press. But she is especially if you judge them on a political spectrum, pretty attractive governor. Right? Like if you were to rank all the governors in America, she's got to be a top 5. And I'm not saying the competition's strong. I'm just saying she's got to be top 5, maybe top 1.
Yeah, I don't know what's...
The woman, Gretchen, Michigan. I don't think is there a good-looking male governor?
I mean, I'm sure people think DeSantis is good looking.
Do they? I mean, you're entitled to your own beliefs. Especially when it comes to who is and isn't attractive.
I'm just going through because I know, unfortunately, a lot of governors, what they look like. Oh, I bet you people think, what's his name? California. What's the California?
Someone did write Newsom. Gavin
Yeah.
Newsom. Gavin Newsom does not strike me as an attractive
But
person.
do you know who he reminds me of? I don't know if I've ever said this out loud. What's his name? The guy who plays the president in Independence Day. I always think he's that
they're
actor.
kind of similar. What's his name? I can't remember. I love what Chris and Austin said. He said, so Anthony is saying that she's a governor 10. She's at least a governor 9.
Okay, but are you only saying this because she's a woman? You wouldn't rank the hotness of men?
No, I'm trying to think. Like someone wrote Mitt Romney in here, which sounds crazy at first, but then you back up a little bit. You're like, Mitt Romney's kind of for an older guy. He's got like zaddy vibes for an older Mormon.
Stop it. You're not calling Mitt Romney zaddy. Who did I call zaddy this weekend?
Bill Pullman is the actor you're thinking of, Carly
Yes,
Marie.
and Bill Pullman as like a young actor reminds me of Newsom. Not now.
I'm just gonna Google who is the most attractive governor.
It's
Who
going to be
is
Sarah Palin.
the
Wasn't
most-
she the governor of Alaska? Or no? Was she a...
She's held a couple positions. I don't remember if she was just a senator or if she was the governor. Who is the most physically? What came
Was
up?
that something you've been searching? Physically strongest Hashira?
No, I have never searched that in my life. Who is the most physically attractive?
Well, what other kind of attractive is there?
Like politically attractive, like an
Okay,
attractive
okay.
politician. Governor
God, those searches that were coming up are of
in America.
what other places have governors? They're definitely
Governor?
not called governor.
Gotta be the UK.
Who's the hottest governor now? That was 2009. Don't click it.
Okay.
It's got Sarah Palin. Okay, that article. Hold on. Let me just read the top line.
Oh,
Go.
I did mention Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
Whitmer.
She apparently, according to this Odyssey website, some radio station, she is the most attractive governor right
Can
now.
you go? So this article from 2009 from the Daily Beast. I'm
Yeah.
only going to read.
Who did we have
No,
back
can
in
I
the day?
just see the excerpt from
Oh yeah.
clicking around?
Okay.
In the excerpt on the Google search, it says, when Sarah Palin steps down this week, who will be our new sexiest
It's important.
governor?
It's important.
Will Arnold inherit Miss Alaska's crown? That was an article that the Daily Beast put out
but was Arnold still
in
like
2009.
in his physical prime, like
Yeah,
physical
because remember
fitness prime?
he came up to Elvis's show and
He
he was
was considerably older. I guess he was still all right. Who did they have back in the day?
This is probably one of the most shallow conversations we've ever had.
That's okay. We're talking about politicians. They're all shallow. Well, this is what I'm saying. I'm only a couple down here.
Well, this is
Granted, this is 2009, but not the strongest pool. so you don't have to be the strongest swimmer.
Well, who do we have in New Jersey? It's not Murphy, ain't
Murphy's not on that list.
it?
My cousin has worked with him, says he's a kind person, even though they don't agree politically on things.
Great.
Says he's a kind person. Not saying anything bad about him as a human.
Definitely not. What's his name? Who is the governor?
It's Meg, not Megan. How did we get here? Great question. How did we get? Oh, because we were talking about Christy Noem,
No, what's
the dog shooting South.
Chris Christie, not him.
Not on the list.
Why did New Jersey so many? Christine Todd Whitman, not her. But she came to my middle school, and we were all like, "So cool!" She didn't touch my hand. I was pissed.
So do we only have 2 that even like get on the list in South Dakota and
Oh, my alarm's beeping.
Michigan? Are those the only 2 with somewhat attractive governors?
I mean, even think presidents. Obama.
There's 0.
Because he was like younger, and then before that we had JFK.
Yeah. Yeah. But also, even JFK, you're judging him on a scale that includes Abe Lincoln, who by all accounts was one of the ugliest people that ever lived.
Hey, my grandpa kind of looked like Abe Lincoln.
Well.
Tall, lanky, big nose.
Oh, you know what? Cuomo, before he was disgraced and left office,
Decent looking.
he was kind of like your... I don't think he was a good-looking guy. I think part of it was his like New York personality.
He was a governor 6.
Yeah, Governor 6, I'd give him. Regular person, probably 3.
So what you're saying is we just got to get a hot person, male or female, to run, and they're just going to crush it.
I don't know if I would call it crushing it, because I think
they're
both.
going to win.
I think the Michigan governor and the South Dakota governor are pretty polarizing people. So I don't know if they're doing a great job. But
Chris said the president of New Zealand was kind of hot for a politician.
President of New Zealand. I'm going to just type in hot president of New Zealand and see what comes up.
We need Alan Richardson to run for president or governor. He's American, right? Jacinda Ardern. Okay, for a politician. She's a politician.
Are we talking about the
7.
right person? Jacinda?
Yes, that's her.
She was the 40th Prime Minister of New Zealand. Not bad. For a politician. We're judging them on a different scale, right? They're not normal people.
Every time I see Gretchen Whitmer, I go to say Gretchen Wiener.
Justin Trudeau, again, not a lot of people love him at the moment, but decent looking guy.
Yeah.
We should create like the top 10 most attractive politicians in the world. We just have to figure out what the cutoff is, right? Like, are we talking mayors of every city in America? No, that's too many. Like, what level? Do they have to be federal or national level politicians? And even then, I mean, we have like AOC. AOC is up there, right?
Yeah,
Lauren Boebert's up there.
Do you get knocked down for things?
I am not judging them based on their politics whatsoever. I am going
if they were just in a beauty pageant, not speaking.
As
all of them, male and female.
superficial and cancelable as I can be. That is what I am going with here.
I know they're politicians, so they're automatically less human, but
They're not human sometimes.
I'm having a hard time judging people off of their looks against one another.
Because maybe this is a big difference between men and women.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think most guys can just say, like, that thing I'm looking at is very attractive. Don't care about anything else coming along with it. And I think it's much harder for women to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Michelle said, if we're going international, then yes, Trudeau.
He's got to be, he might be the best head of state, best looking head of state, not
Ever.
best in general, just best looking head of state that I can think of off the top of my head.
Where are hot people from? There's got to be a hotter somebody somewhere. Well, it certainly wasn't the UK guy.
Oh no, he is
What the hell
not.
Is his name? Ron Perlman? He looked like Ron.
He didn't look anything like Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman is one of those like badass looking humans.
No, Loop. Who's the guy that was taking all NSYNC's money? Loop.
What?
Lou Pearlman is who I was thinking of. That guy.
Okay, kind of does.
Boris Johnson. But like, even are we going to rank the hotness of their names? Because that loses.
No, the names don't matter. I'm literally see. This is the problem that you and other women run into, Carla. We're just talking about looks here. I don't care about their past. I don't care about their politics. I don't care about their bank accounts. I don't care about their names.
Heather has a good one.
Okay.
Zaddy Zielinski.
Is he actually good looking?
Yes. The hottest.
What are you looking up?
Hottest politician. Oh, he was governor of New Jersey, right? Booker.
Cory Booker? Decent looking guy.
Adam Kinzinger?
He's on the list.
Where was Adam Kinzinger? He's a cutie patootie. PDB. But then we're going to Secretary of Transportation. I love him.
It's not even an elected position, so I think we've got to remove that.
Beto O'Rourke.
He's never won anything,
no.
So no. Nothing of consequence.
I think Pete Buttigieg is hot.
He's a good-looking guy.
Would not be attracted to me, but
I think this is going to be a weird thing to say. I think he is an easily digestible person, right? Like no one looks at Pete Buttigieg and is repulsed.
U.S. Congressman Adam Kinzinger.
Was he in Illinois? If I remember correctly. Man,
Listen, we're gonna have to go to state representatives to find hot people.
Paul Ryan is a decent-looking dude. I love Mayor Pete. This is probably one of my favorite conversations we've had on the show because it's so stupid.
What do I have this Friday?
What?
I've just been asked if I could fill into MC for the Seattle Reign game.
So do it. Why are you asking me?
Oh my God.
For what position?
To play? MC.
Okay.
I'm doing their PA in July, which means I just get to be like, now batting, but not really. But if it were...
I hope when someone enters the pitch later in the game.
Now batting, Megan Rapinoe.
Now batting. Number 64. Whatever she would be.
Okay.
Yeah, Paul Ryan, not a bad looking guy.
Yes, he is. He's a good looking dude.
But again, here's the problem. I think with men, a lot of them are just like very run of the mill. Like
you know what? Also, men, we see them all in suits.
True.
And
which I think women get to dress according to like their figure more.
But I think women, when they're dressed,
we're talking specifically in politics, by the way.
When women are wearing like business clothes, they don't get to show their personality as much.
Okay, but hear me out. If you've got like strong arms, right? Like maybe you've got like whatever aesthetically pleasing arm you want to envision, okay? As a woman, you can show it off.
As a man, you cannot.
As a man, you're wearing a suit, right?
It's true. Ron like Husky said, wait, are we talking about hot baseball players now? Then they might have I think baseball players have the hottest out of every sport.
The hottest men? Like the hottest people?
Yeah. Hottest men. Women would be, I think,
Soccer.
I'm more attracted to female soccer.
Soccer, absolutely. I think with baseball players, the reason they end up being more attractive is they're still usually slightly larger and stronger than the average man, but they're not so large and so strong that they're not a lot of people are attracted to men who are 6'11".
Are you talking about baseball?
Basketball players at that point. Right? Like, so I think baseball is just above what a normal soccer, they are normal looking dudes. Mm-hmm. They're all normal size guys. Baseball, they tend to be just a little bit taller, maybe a little bit stronger.
Yes.
So that helps. It looks like we're being forced to take an ad break in 30 seconds. So we'll do that.
And
we'll come back and say.
We'll have the official hottest politician.
Here we go. Okay. It looks like everybody is back according to the message that Twitch just gave us. So let's get back to it, shall we?
Yeah.
I realized we got off on that whole tangent about the hottest governors and then hottest politicians and hottest world leaders and all of that.
Because we needed our audio normalized.
No, well, we were originally talking about Kristi Noem.
No.
Well, because she was on the list.
No, but we weren't originally talking about her. We were talking about how we need audio normalized on streaming apps, and we need a non-polarizing hot person, not politician, to do it. And then we got to politicians. We didn't get to Kristi Noem until well into debating.
What I'm saying is she was on the list.
But she was.
She was on the list. And I realized as that last commercial break happened and everyone was playing the game or whatever, that it goes to my point. You know how I was talking about how sometimes, like, we were trying to rate them just based on their looks?
Yeah.
And you kept saying, like, oh, but I can't separate the person.
Well, no.
I complimented Kristi Noem on her looks and her appearance right after I talked about the fact that she just killed a puppy. That's how messed up guys can be. A guy can be like, well, she's kind of hot. I don't know. I know she just killed that puppy for no reason, but she's kind of hot.
I mean,
like, that's how stupid we are.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of women being sucked into toxic relationships?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's true. That is true. Most of us are powerless against attractive people. And it will be interesting, right? Because I think we'll finally get to a point because of this Kristi Noem stuff. And I don't know if she'll end up being the vice presidential nominee with Donald Trump or not. But it's an interesting experiment to see if there is anything that all Americans disagree on. Because even Republicans over the weekend were coming out, like her people within her party going like, hey, I know you might be trying to like dunk on libs here, but like we also don't like killing puppies, just so everyone is on the same page here. Like she may have done the one thing that almost every American is like, so you're kind of an asshole.
Saying is we need her to come out and say, we don't need streaming app audio normalization.
That's true. Anything she says from here on out might be what we all agree on.
Then we'll have a nice audio experience.
We'll see. Oh, we have one more person we have to look up, Carla Marie. Just based on looks, it looks like the Prime Minister of Italy might be attractive.
She's attractive. Like,
again, on the politician scale, she's probably a political 7.
You know what? And all these people that try to tell me I'm blonde, I can't be Italian. Look at Giorgia Meloni.
Well, that's not her real hair. I could see her right this picture over here. Not that everyone can see it. I can see her roots. Her hair is identical to yours right now.
Okay, first of all, my hair color does not look like that.
Hold on.
It's not as brassy and yellow, not as yellow.
Let me put it on the screen so everyone knows what we're talking about here. Brassy? I don't even know.
It's not yellow. Gold. Like, brassy is when it's like whitish kind of, or like, no, brassy. That is brassy.
I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy here.
She needs to use some purple shampoo.
Do you still have that stuff?
In the shower. You're probably using it.
No, I'm a Head and Shoulders guy.
Yeah, you're not using conditioner anymore?
One day when I was younger, I had long hair. Troy Polamalu jumped on TV, told me to use Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a non-paid thing to do.
It was very much paid.
Yeah, so I think
But I wanted hair like Troy Polamalu.
I'm not against Head and Shoulders, but I think you need to use like a conditioner.
Why?
Because the 2-in-1?
It's not a 2-in-1. I think it's just shampoo.
So you're not conditioning your hair?
No.
Yeah, I can tell. And you should
Whatever,
be
you have brassy hair.
I do not have brassy hair. You should be putting conditioner in your beard.
I shampoo my beard. That's about it, though.
And you're to start washing your face?
I wash my face every day.
Not before bed.
No, I shower and I wash my face. What are the other things on your list of complaints, Carla Marie? Let's go.
Well, you should be washing your face before bed using a toner and a night cream.
Who's the one that gets Botox?
I haven't in a long time.
Okay, but who's the one that's gotten Botox?
You probably should.
All right. It is time for us to get out of here. We didn't get into family game night. Long story short, read the rules before you start a game. We'll talk about that one tomorrow. How did everyone feel about the matching game? Should we do it maybe 1 or 2 more days to switch things up, or do we want to go back to the
Words with
the
friends.
word? Yeah, basically words with friends,
I don't know what it is.
or the words with
not-
friends with Scrabble,
yeah.
basically. It gives me headaches at Martha.
That game. It's. I
Oh.
guess if you're on a phone, that is
Yeah.
tiny. Okay.
All right, we'll go back to the word game. There's other games that this platform has, but I think they're more intense on our side. Like we have to draw and play Pictionary
Okay.
and stuff like that.
Jess said it's great for my ADHD, but terrible for my eyes. Okay, so it's
Okay.
definitely small. Mish Rack said my husband does not like my "you should" talks. That's funny.
Hmm?
If I'm like "you should,"
Here's what I could do if we want to try it tomorrow, is I can make that screen bigger on our side.
I still think it's a lot. Maybe
We'll try it out. We'll
because
try
if
it
you're on
one
your
more.
phone, that's a lot of cubes.
I'll try to make it almost the full screen for tomorrow, and we'll see if that makes it better or worse. I doubt it'll make it
I'll
worse,
play
but
it
we'll
on
see
my
if it changes it, and then we'll make a decision after tomorrow.
Okay.
Carla Marie, any last words before we get out of here?
No.
All good. Done.
Oh, watch the Bon Jovi. I'm on episode 3 out of 4. The Bon Jovi docuseries on Hulu. It's called Thank You, Good Night. Good luck searching for it. But it's so good. And even if you don't like Bon Jovi, the first episode is about like New Jersey and the New Jersey artist scene. And it's cool.
And if you don't like Bon Jovi and you don't like New Jersey, you can fuck yourself. And as Bon Jovi would say, have a nice day.
You didn't do the finger. You're supposed to give the finger and say that. Like when you're at are we still on?
Yes, you're still on.
When you're at a concert, a Bon Jovi concert, and he plays that song, everyone puts their middle finger up. Have a nice day. That's what you do.
Okay. Peace out.